69 Stewart Avenue in Jamestown, New York. This is Lucille Ball's birthplace home. At the time of her birth, her grandparents, Fred and Floribel Hunt, lived in the upstairs apartment. Lucy's mother and father, Dee Dee and Henry Ball, moved to Montana where Henry worked as a telephone lineman. Dee Dee returned home to have her baby, and Lucy was delivered by Floribel at home. After the birth, Dee Dee rejoined Henry in Montana, and 4 years later they moved to Michigan, where Henry contracted thyroid fever and died in 1915. And Dee Dee returned to her parents' home, and Lucy's brother Fred was born in this house 5 months later. So Lucille Ball, this is her childhood home and the house she was born in at 69 Stewart Avenue in Jamestown, New York. And Lucy's childhood home is a private residence. That's why we didn't get out and take photos. We just stayed in the car. We didn't want to bother anybody that lived there and get in trouble for trespassing. But that was Lucy's childhood home. And now we're on the way to the cemetery. We are at Lakeview Cemetery in Jamestown, New York. If you pull into the main entrance and follow the red hearts with the L on it for Lucy, you follow it all the way through and all the way back, you will find Lucille Ball's grave.
All the way.
This is the final resting place of Lucille Ball. Lucille Ball, better known as Lucy, needs no introduction. Lucy was born August 6, 1911 in Jamestown, New York. She was an actress, comedian, producer, model, studio executive. Lucy was an entertainer and a businesswoman, and continuously broke barriers for women in the entertainment business. Lucille Ball is best known to everyone around the world from the hit TV show I Love Lucy that aired from 1951 to 1957. On April 18th, 1989, Ball was admitted to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles after experiencing chest pains. She was diagnosed with dissecting aortic aneurysm and underwent surgery to repair her aorta and a successful 7-hour aortic valve replacement. Shortly after dawn on April 26th, Ball awoke with severe back pain and then lost consciousness. She died at 5:47 a.m. PDT at the age of 77. Doctors determined Ball had passed away from a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm not related to her surgery. A greater risk of this is seen in cigarette smokers, and Lucy had been a heavy smoker most of her life. 3 memorial services were held for Ball. Lucy was cremated and her ashes were initially interred into Forest Lawn Hollywood Hills Cemetery in Los Angeles, where her mother was also buried. In 2007, Lucy and her mother's remains were moved to the Hunt family plot at Lakeview Cemetery here in Jamestown, New York. This was Ball's wishes to be buried near her mother. Now, Lucille's brother's remains were also placed here in 2007. She had a younger brother named Fred.